Hi guys, let's start this. We're gonna solve some puzzles. Let's see how far we can go. But before that, let's turn on some music because why not? Let's make it fun. Okay. Okay, so we can see that the knight can go to the square, attacking the king and the queen. But this knight is guarding that square. So what we can do is we can first capture. Oh, also this rook is attacking the king. So we can capture this one first. Once the knight captures, then we play this move, and then we will pick up the queen. So basically, we will be winning a rook and a queen for a queen. So yeah, capturing this is the answer. Then you give a check and pick up this one. Okay, these are correct. Let's move to the next one. Okay, what's happening in this case? So this knight clearly looks a little loose. What else? What else do we have? Oh, we can also push the pawn, right? That is also clear. So we can push the pawn, attacking the two pieces. They might capture here, but then we'll capture the knight, and then yeah, that is the answer. If I push the pawn and knight comes to the square, I capture. They capture, then I can still capture the bishop, right? So let's push, capture, and what do we do? Let's capture this one also. Okay, let's move to the next one. Okay, what's happening in this case? What do we have? What do we have? Oh, we can play rook to the square, attacking the queen and the bishop at the same time. So yeah, let's look at this. This is the answer, I think. Yeah, that is the answer. If I capture here and they capture, I can come back and capture this one also, right? Yeah, because it's a knight fork, right? So I can't move the queen in such a way that I can still capture, right? So if I, let's say, move the queen to the square, they can still capture here, and that's not very good. So let's capture here first, and then we capture this one also. Okay, let's capture this one. That is the answer. Let's move to the next one. Okay, what's happening? If I push the pawn, knight comes to the square, I push the pawn. Knight moves, I push the pawn. King has to come to the square, then I capture here. Yeah, I think this works, right? Let's push. Let's push this one also. Now, so in this position, the threat is that I can push this one, and when they capture here, I can push this one. So that is the threat. That's why they are moving the king to the square. Now we capture this one. Yeah, we capture this one, and then this pawn is just promoting. Let's move to the next one. Okay, what's happening in this one? Is the bishop getting trapped? What else? What else do we have? If I push the pawn and then I play this move, bishop is trapped. No? Yeah, I think if I push the pawn, no matter what they play, I can just play this move, and that traps the bishop. If I push the pawn and they play this move, I can still play into the square. If they capture, we capture the bishop, and if they capture here, then we capture the pawn. So I think this is the answer. Yeah, that's the answer. Let's move the king here, and then we capture this one. Okay, let's move to the next one. What's up with this one? Okay, so we have the rook here. If I move my rook here, rook here, king moves, I capture, they capture, then I play this move, and I can pick up this one, right? If they come after this, I can just still push the pawn, right? And then that saves, I think, pretty much everything. What else? Do we have anything else? They're threatening to capture here, basically. That's what they are threatening. If I capture here, that might lead to a draw. Probably we can just play this move. Once the king moves, we capture this one. King captures, and we play this one. Knight comes here, I push the pawn, and then we can just capture here and march forward. So probably this is the answer. I'm not very sure, but let's see. Oh, that is the answer. Capture and move the king to the square. Yeah, that is the answer. Let's move. Okay, what else do we have? So rook is guarding the square, that's for sure. If I capture here, comes to the square. If I play this move, then comes to the square. I'm going to give a check. King comes to the square. That doesn't look like the answer. If I capture here, king comes to the square. I'm going to give a check. Where does the king go? King has to come to the square. There has to be something. If I give a check here, king comes here. And what else? Oh, if I push the pawn, that threatens a checkmate, no? Yeah, that threatens a checkmate. And how can they guard it? If I push the pawn, they give a check. That doesn't look very good. If I move my king here, then they can't give a check per se because this square is guarded by the knight. But what else? If I push the pawn, they give a check. I move my king to the square, still threatening to checkmate. If they push the pawn, I give a check. Oh, if I push the pawn, they give a check. Like move my king here. I'm threatening to fork the knight for the king in the rook, and I'm also threatening to checkmate here. So they can't deal with both the threats. So probably this is the answer. This looks like a promising move to me for some reason. Is this the answer? Let's try. I think this is the answer. Oh, that's not the answer. It's something else. What else could it be? I give a check, king comes to the square. Give a check, king comes to the square. Knight check, king comes to the square. Is this the answer? Yeah, that is the answer. But what next? That is my question. And the knight has to move from here, otherwise it wouldn't work. So if I, let's say, give a check, king comes here. Oh. You know what happens? If king comes to this square, I can give a check, and that's a mate actually, because this square guarded by the pawn. This whole file is guarded by the rook. Knight guards this square, pawn guards this square, knight guards this square, king guards this square. So the king gets trapped here if king comes to the square. So that doesn't work. So probably that's why they are moving to the square. If I give a check here, king comes to the square. If I give a check, king comes to hit the square. I don't see any other check. Oh yeah, this check is there. Oh my god, how can I miss this? That's embarrassing, to be honest. Let's move to the next one. Okay, in this case, what's happening? I give a check here, king comes to the square, doesn't do much. If I push the pawn, oh, that's a fork, very simple fork. If I push the pawn, attacking the queen. I think that is the answer. I don't see anything else. Let's still be confirmed. I mean, if I push, do they have any checks? I don't think they have any checks. I mean, if they play this move, I'll just capture it. That doesn't make any sense. If I push the pawn, how do they save? There's no check. So I think this is the answer. This has to be the answer. Yeah, that's the answer, right? Okay, so that's what they're threatening. All right. What do we have now? What do we have? Okay. How do I move forward in this? I can't capture here, that's the problem. Because if I capture, then the queen captures the queen. It doesn't make any sense. We lose a queen for a rook. That's not worth it. What can we do? I can't even remember the song, how bad this is. Okay, let's press console. I don't see anything. That is the issue. Ooh, we have to push the pawn. If I push the pawn, then I attack the queen and the rook. And if they capture with the pawn, I push, they capture with the pawn, I capture the rook. Now what's happening is that they are threatening my queen, I'm threatening their queen with my rook. Right? So if they capture, I capture the queen and I am a rook up because I've already captured this rook. And if I push the pawn, they capture, I capture. And if they capture this rook, then I capture with the queen. I don't capture with the king. So I think, yeah, this is the answer. This has to be the answer. Yeah, that is the answer. Capture. Woo! Let's move to the next one. Okay, so the king has to guard the rook, right? So if I check the king, that probably might be the answer, because if they capture, I check the king, and then where does the king go? You have to push, then I capture, and then they lose the rook. So yeah, push the push. That is the answer. This has to be the answer. Nothing else is possible. Let's move to the next one. Okay. If I capture here, give a check. They capture. If I capture here, they capture, give a check. Doesn't look very good. Doesn't look very promising. What do we have? What do we have, buddy? What do we have? Oh, looks like this another. Okay, if I capture here and they capture, I capture and give a check with my rook. Alright. Now, if they move here, I mean, if they capture, then there is this simple knight fork. Attacking the king and the queen at the same time, we capture and win the game. So if I capture here and they capture back, I capture with a check. And if king goes back, then I give a rook check. King captures here, I give a check. I give a knight check. If they capture there, you'll have to calculate. You have to see. But I think I'm pretty sure this move is the first move. Bishop captures on h7 is the first move, because after I capture, if king goes there, I can capture here, and they can't play this move because knight check is coming. It's a knight fork, right? So if I capture here, no, not here, I capture here first, king captures, then I capture here, give a check, king goes back, then I can give a check, capture, and then knight check, capture, takes. If they capture here, I will win. So what are we losing and what are we gaining? So in that case, we'll be losing the bishop for sure, losing the rook for sure, we'll be losing the queen for sure. So we lose these three pieces, and what do we gain? We gain this one, this one, this one. Is it worth it? But I can't see anything else. Let's play a bluff. Oh, that works. Okay. Let's give a check. Okay. Let's give a knight check. Okay. Let's capture here. And I mean, if I move the king, they'll just capture it. That doesn't make sense. If I move my queen to some other square, for example this one, then they give a check and they pick up the queen anyway. So probably capture is the answer. Yeah, that is the answer. Woo! Good one. Let's move to the next one. Okay. So what's happening here? आँखें तेरी इतनी हंसी. What do we do? What do we do? If I capture here, they capture, doesn't make any sense. Doesn't do anything. But it does. I don't know. What can we do? Is the queen getting trapped? Is the queen getting trapped? Oh yeah, the queen is getting trapped because if I move my bishop here, attacking the queen, so the queen can't capture here because the queen is guarding it. Queen can't go here because the pawn is guarding it. The queen can't go here because the queen is guarding it. Can't go to this square because knight is guarding it. Can't go to this square also because then there is knight fork attacking the king and the queen at the same time. Can't come here because of the queen. Can't come here because of the queen. Can't capture here because of the queen. Can't come here because of the queen. And the bishop also because the bishop is coming here. So I think this is the answer. That has to be the answer. Nothing else. I can't see anything else. Okay. Now they have opened a way for the rook to attack. So I think we have to capture. Ah, no! Come on. Okay, let's move to the next one. Let's not get distracted by this small mistake that we have made. Give a check. Yeah, this is very, very normal. I mean, regular pattern. Give a check. King moves. If I capture here first, that I think works better because in that case I'm attacking the queen, and if they capture, then the pattern works. So if let's say I play bishop check first, king moves, I can't give this check because then the knight can capture my queen. So first if I capture here, they have to capture, and then that pattern works because after check king moves, I give a check king moves. Oh, but in that case the queen comes back to the square, right? So that doesn't work. So if I give a check first, king moves, I capture, and if they capture, you can come back to this square and check. I don't know what's happening. If I give this check, for example, if I give this check first, king comes to the square, and what next? Doesn't seem like the correct answer. Okay. If I capture here, king comes to the square, I capture here, queen captures, I play bishop check, queen can't block because the pawn is there. Oh yeah, the pawn is there, na? So I first capture here, king has to come to the square, then I capture here because now I'm threatening to play this one, right? So that is my threat. Okay. I think this should be the answer. This has to be the answer because I don't see anything. So give a check first, king moves, then I capture here. How do I defend this? The bishop can come to the square, but that leads to a checkmate anyway because bishop comes to c3 and checks the king. Bishop has to block, then we capture and checkmate the king. So what do we do? Let's capture here first. King has to go to the square, then capture here. If pawn captures, that leads to a checkmate pretty easily. I'm hoping that bishop takes on b2 is the answer, but I'm not very sure because we can capture here first also. I mean, how do you differentiate? How do you know that this is correct and that is not correct? Which one is more forcing? If I capture here and then they push the pawn, that kills all my plans, right? If you capture here and they get away by losing a piece only, right? But if I first capture here, I give a check, king moves, then I capture here. Now this is a threat, and how do you stop it? I don't really see a good way to stop this. I mean, even this move doesn't work because I'll just capture. I think this is the answer. Let's go for it. Woo! 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 Let's move. Okay, looks like this is the answer. Give a check. King moves. Give a check. Oh, wait. Check. King moves. And then what? How do you proceed? Fair question. How do you proceed? Let's change the music. It's getting boring. Let's. Okay. Yeah, that's like some good music. Give a check. King goes here. That's a pretty simple checkmate. King moves. I mean, you have to move in your rook and then I'll capture and checkmate. Okay, if I check here, king comes to the square. Then what do I do? जिंदगी की शाख से लूं कुछ हंसी पल में चुन तुझको मैं कर लूं हासिल लगी है यही धुन. Okay, if I play king to the square, then there is a check coming. King has to move. I play this move, this check. King has to come to the square and play this one. Push in that case. I don't know what's happening. So, I mean, this does not look like a very good move to me because if I give a check, king moves to the square, and then this check doesn't work because king comes to the square and attacks my rook. Doesn't look like the best of moves. What else do I have? Let's figure this out. If I move my king here, king escapes. Oh, if I give a check here, king moves and I move my rook to the square, they can't check me. That's no way. There's no way to check me. Because if this rook checks, I capture this one. If this rook checks, I capture this one. So if I give a check here, king comes to the square, I push my rook to the square, then what happens? I'm threatening basically to checkmate, like give a check, king moves, and then I checkmate here. That's what I'm threatening. I think this is the answer. Rook goes to the square, and no checks work. To the square. If they give a check, I move. And then there are no checks. There are no checks. That leads to a checkmate, right? I hope that is the answer. Let's see. No! Clearly that was not the answer. I knew that. What did I miss? What does this do? But what does it do? I mean, let's say I play this, for example, this one. King goes to the square. That's a mate, bro. That's a mate. That's a mate. I should kill myself. Let's move. Give a check. King moves. Give a check. King moves. Give a check. Takes. Doesn't work. Give a check. King moves. Maybe I can. Oh, that doesn't work. Check. King moves. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? give a check, king moves, and play this move. And if they make some random move, in that case I give a check. Pawn captures, king moves, and that's a mate because it has to come back and then capture and checkmate, right? So when I play pawn check, king moves, they can't push this one also, because if I capture, they can't capture because this pawn will be under pin because the king is here, right? So if I push the pawn, king goes here, I play king to the square. They can't push because I capture, and they can't capture because then the rook will be attacking the king. So after pawn push, king moves, king goes to h5, and then what? Rook goes back. I still give a check. Takes, king. But looks like this is the first one. There's nothing else that I see. So this might be the answer. Yeah, that's the first one. All right. The king goes to the square, threatening this move, and then takes and then checkmate like this. Then if I go here, rook has to come back because there is no other way. How do you save? How else do you save? And if I play this move, king comes to the square, that doesn't work also, because if I play this, king comes to the square, give a check, king has to come back, and then the same problem comes, right? So if I give it push, takes, and that's a mate. So after king moves to the square, h5 square, this rook has to go back. And once the rook goes back, I can capture this pawn. Right? Yeah, this looks like the correct. Yeah, that is correct. If I push, takes, and that doesn't work again. Okay, alright. I take, king will go back. Alright. Not gonna let me pass, huh? I push, they'll push. Doesn't help because king has to move and then. Whoa, it's not working. If I push, they capture, check, I capture, they capture with their rook. What do I have? If I capture here, goes back. Doesn't help, bro. Doesn't help. How else do I make this happen? Oh, whoa! Such a misclick. Come on. You can't do this. That's not fair. That's not. Okay. Still we can solve this. That's good at least. Okay, we'll play this move. King goes there. And then play this move. Yeah, that was the answer. It's pretty simple. Okay, we'll call it a day today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.